In last week's episode we entered Canal with its straight lines and the 23-meter high ship lift of Lüneburg. And then we turned into Mittelandkanal. In this episode we continue on Mittelandkanal, which by its 325 kilometer is the longest man-made canal in Germany. And I was gonna follow it all the way to Datteln. But it was also time for me to change crew here. The now much lusher landscape was once in a while interrupted by logs, and many of them are quite high and fast, so it requires some focus. In the big locks we could only attach at one point most of the times, which makes the boat swing around a little bit, and because of the mast pointing out we have to watch it carefully.
Ja, nu får vi kanske åka då, men ni är med och skickar ifrån också.
Se till när du vill att vi lägger av.
Ja, jo men vi...
Klart?
Ja. Och så är ni med och trycker ifrån båten när ni är klara.
It's very important to wait until the current of the barge's propellers are gone, and it's a little bit hard to see in the water sometimes, but if you push out a little from the wall you are sure to not fall into them.
Snyggt! Det var ju... lugnt och metodiskt, om än lite geggigt.
Last lock before Hannover made, and the most difficult one apparently, but we made it successfully.
Hannover was gonna be the end station for Robert and Simon, and we're headed for the city marina, where I plan to stay a couple of days to wait for my next crew. And on the way there I finally saw a windmill. Hannover was a beautiful city and we took the opportunity to dine out. But it turned out I could only stay in the city marina for one night. And even though parts of it was really beautiful and well managed, the part on the dock that we stayed were maybe not so nice. So it didn't really bother me that I had to move the boat. We arrived in Hannover yesterday and found a spot in the city harbor. Well, that's the closest to the city, still like 40 minutes to walk. But they don't have space for us more than one night, so we have to leave today. I wanted to stay 3 days in Hannover, so we're gonna try to find another marina. So I called another place and they think it's deep enough for us, so we're gonna take a tour there. It's gonna be like 2 hours, I think, and we hope that's gonna work. So we're just getting ready to leave. The other guest harbors in Hannover is east of the town, and you have to go up north in another canal to find them, but it's really worth going there. You can find one just in the beginning of the canal, and then comes another one that does not accept guest boats. But then if you continue to the end, where there is a lock, you can find a really cute little harbor. The harbor master even called it a natural swimming pool, and there was really people swimming everywhere. And with some creativity we could dock in the slightly shallow harbor. 2 days ago Simon and Robert left the boat, and now I have my friends here, Johan and Gunnar. This is their first morning on the boat, so we just left the port and preparing some breakfast, and the canal is really super nice here, so they get a really good start. How do you feel on being back on the boat? You've been on the boat together even last summer, almost a year ago.
Yeah, it's really good. It feels like a reunion now.
Now we're back out on Mittelandkanal, and not so much traffic today. For some reason we are apparently being pulled over. We didn't quite understand it. It was just like a boat standing in the middle of the canal just trying to maneuver, as it looked like, but then we saw it had the blue light, and then they pointed at us to dock, and then they are just sitting on the boat smoking, and no information on why we are waiting here or what's happening or why we are pulled over. It turns out we have done nothing wrong, which we were pretty sure of, but they have closed the canal for a while because they have divers in the canal to fix something. So we're going to be waiting here for like half an hour, and I don't know if there was some information in German on the radio that we missed or something, but they're going to call us up when it's okay for us to leave. It didn't take too long before we could continue again, and we had to continue for quite a while. We tried to search for a night place to stay. We went further and further and further. Normally places to stay come up once in a while, but that was not really the case this day. Eventually we found a place to stay for the night. And they also promised we could fill up diesel next morning. We're gonna go and see if we can get diesel. They were gonna be here from 6 in the morning, they said. So if we can fill up 40 liters, we will have good enough to go on for a week. They had a very practical solution, and we could easily fill up our diesel jerrycans. We left again as soon as we were done. The shifting views give so much impressions, and even though there is many hours on the boat, it keeps us from getting restless. We made quite a long day to reach a small marina I had called earlier. In our chart it seemed like it was possibly too shallow, but the very nice woman ensured us we could go in as long as we stayed to port side. Once again we found a really cute little marina. And today Gunnar promised to make dinner with his famous salmon and pasta. You have to try it first so we see, but it looks super good. Okay, let us know, does it taste equally good as it looks?
Exquisite.
I want to deeply thank my Patreons for supporting the making of these episodes, and if you want to contribute, you can also become a Patreon or buy me a coffee at the links below. If you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss out. And if you appreciated this episode, please give it a big thumbs up.